Ugh, I made bad choice. I am in pain. I was going by the old base, grabbing ribbon plants and whatnot, and I saw a bunch of those globy, those weird foods from the beginning of the game that I used to eat all the time. Every time I hear that sound, I think it's a cheliceraid. The cheliceraid is such a rare encounter. I saw him constantly for like 2 episodes, and he's back to being like not in the game again. It's weird. I was like probably under my base somewhere, and I found old garbage that I had thrown out. Basically, it was some of those plants that grow under the glaciers by the freezing guys, and so I just reflexively like, ew, look at this weird dirty shit. I should just eat these, and I just grabbed them all up and ate them. Almost died. Kind of gotta remember the whole. It's just like, oh, I'll just get rid of these, and I gotta remember the fact that like that hurts you. Oh my god, graphics.
Fluid intake.
Yep. Okay, we're here just in time for the bad. There you go. All better. Jesus, stop with the flickering. There we go. I don't love the flickering. The lighting does weird. It is actually a pretty nice view. Look at those whales. You guys might not be able to see them that well on YouTube because I've seen some of the other clips. It doesn't process the gradients very well. But there's a really cool, beautiful gradient right now. And now that the sun is above us, apparently, it's a really nice view. A lot of the time, though, I look up and it's just nothing, and I'm like, why did I do this to myself? Why didn't I just hang out in a bioluminescent place like I did in the old days? That's where the pretty stuff is. When you hang, there's a squid shark. There's 2 squid sharks, and they're gonna fuck. And there's gonna be more squid sharks. Hello, friendly squid sharks. There are too many creatures in here. Okay, my inventory's full of like whatever stuff. Yep. Okay. I grabbed some pustules while I was out there, not to be confused with the other pustules. Looks like I had plenty of them already though, so it doesn't really matter. Some ribbon plants. Some gel sacks. Are these the creature eggs that I think they are, or are they something else? I don't know who they are. Hanging out. God, they're weird looking, aren't they? I have a genuine concern, which is that, like... Am I coming back? Here's the thing. Like... We had goals to go deeper last game. But by that point... I was also making an escape rocket, right? I'm pretty sure I was working on the rocket at the same time. In fact, I think going deeper was necessary to finish the rocket project. Oh no, the rocket project was like the A plot, and there was like an A plot and a B plot at the same time, right? There was the, Oh shit, is this how I get to scan this Leviathan? Ah, that's how you get to scan Leviathans. You find their babies and kidnap them. Otherwise, it's too hard to scan them because they're a giant monster. God, that mouth is horrifying. That's genuinely the scare. Like, that is definitely the scariest monster design in this entire game, just on its own, like as a design. They're just not that big, and they're just not that aggressive, and they're not, like, they're just not that much of a threat, generally speaking. I don't know if a squid shark has even bitten me before. I think I just always got away with it one way or another. Ah. So even for the cheliceraid and the guys downstairs, if I could get their eggs somewhere, then I could grow them in my tank, and then I could scan them that way. I was wondering how you would scan them, and I guess you'd have to scan their corpse, right? Or just like really aggressively try to scan them and hope they don't like, you don't teleport into their mouth during a grapple or some shit like that, because I don't even know how. I would not expect to be able to scan them without getting grappled. Like, they seem good at getting you usually. Last game you used a stasis rifle to freeze them, which is also a defense mechanism in a lot of situations, but also just like the fact that you could scan them while they were in the bubble, and that made it doable. But that entire item's gone in this game, probably because I thought it was too easy. But then they went and added the defense thing for the truck, so I don't know how to think about what they thought was easy or not, because that's too easy. My data bank has 60 in it. We're just not gonna get through them all. It's just not gonna happen. I wanted to try to be. Yeah, I mean, it's not all. They're not all interesting. They're not all created equally as far as interest goes, admittedly. But I definitely wanted to get to all of them, and I didn't. I wanted to like get all motivated and open every episode or close every episode with 5, but then like, I also like, due to audience reactions in part, but also just the way that it feels in general. There's like a part where you're like, am I just taunting people with a cliffhanger here, where I stop and read 5 things at the end of the episode when I'm deciding to close things out? It's like, yeah, but you were gonna do the thing, and like instead of just ending the episode, I stop and read 5 things. So, but opening with 5 things is like it's like the most boring way to start an episode. It's like you're trying to get it going. People are like more likely to click off. They don't fit cleanly. The easiest way to do them would be to keep up with the endless deluge and just read them as you go. But even that, I think, there's often periods where you scan so many things so rapidly that it's just hard to fit in pacing-wise. Oh well. Squid shark. A Leviathan-class predator at the smaller end of the scale with complex squid-like adaptation which allow them to hunt a wide variety of prey. Expels swallowed seawater through vents on either side of its body, providing slow and steady jet propulsion, or terrifying bursts of speed. An internal jaw can be extended and clamped down around smaller prey, dragging them inside the mouth whole. I hate it. 2 blue electrified tentacles drag beneath its body, used to perform hit-and-run tactics on larger, slower targets, subduing them over time. I thought I had, like, electric powers. No mention of that, huh? Yeah. I thought it shocked me at some point. No, electrified tentacles. I'm sorry. I was like, hang on a minute. Why would a tentacle be a hit-and-run tactic? Because they're electrified, you fool. You just thread it. Okay. Yeah, it's like a goblin shark, right? I think goblin sharks are the sharks that have the mouths that extend, but those are way worse. That's really bad. That's horrifying. But anyway, I brought up the idea that I might not be coming back because I'm like, is it time to let my boys go? I think it's time to let my boys go. It's hard to say for sure, but I think it's time to let my boys go. Let's recharge some batteries. Especially my big ones. Where's my repair gun? My repair tool is not struggling on charge. Let's put those ions in there. Yep, they charge. They're good. I should, if I'm leaving or ending, I don't know, I probably should just bring the spy pengling because my spy pengling, it's my sister's. I should take it with me. I don't know. But yeah, last game we had an A plot and a B plot basically. It's like the A plot was build a rocket to escape. And the B plot was, you have to disable the defense system so you can escape. I guess there was also a C plot, which was cure the disease, but that was just how you disable the defense system, so it's the same thing, basically. But it was a 2 goals, 1 thing. This time around, one was to find my sister, or find what happened to her, and get closure for what happened with my sister. And then the other plot is Alan. And like I said before, like my sister's plot's just over, man. Like it ended. So now I'm just gonna go help Alan, and then either the game's gonna end, maybe even this episode. I guess you might know already, or an entire like 3rd act starts where I then start escaping. It's interesting, right? Like you would think she'd be making a rocket. Like, why isn't she making a rocket to escape this planet? How does she expect to leave? Why? I'm right, aren't I? Like, it's weird that she's not even thinking about how to leave this planet. She's just helping Sam. But it's like she was doing multiple goals at once before. She should be working away at her rocket at the same time. What if Sam betrays her? What if she has to run? What if something's wrong? What if anything happens and she has to leave? Like Alterra comes after her. But she hasn't even like discussed the idea of leaving this planet so far yet, which is, and then it's like, what about the rest of your life? And I can't help but think that it's a case of like, did you read the script too? Where it's like, I think finishing Alan's story will finish the game, and I think like they don't bother having her do this big tech thing for a rocket this time because she's not gonna leave the planet that way. She's either going to die, or like Sam's or Alan's gonna take her somewhere, or she's gonna resolve this story in some other way. Either way, I think it's time to grab up all my babies and let them go. And if I want to, I could always get more, I guess. There's a squid shark. They're just around being squid sharks. Hey, brute shark. Are you about to turn around and attack me? Are you? Oh, you're hunting that bladderfish. Okay. That's what I thought. I'm like, you better not be fucking hunting me. I raised you. I can unmake you. I've unmade many of you before. There's a rock puncher. He got way bigger when I took him out of the tank, didn't he? Got the penguin-y kind of guys. He's neat. I think this is my goodbye ritual to this game. I think that's what it is. Hey. You guys are all non-hostile, right? You want to attack each other. Because there's no, I think this time there's no escape capsule, or there's no time capsule for me to work on. There's no like take a photo and send it as a goodbye. I've never seen a time capsule, and I don't think I ever got a chance to make one. And then the other thing I did was fuck around mainly with the let's get you out of here. It was the, that thing's a nightmare. The Cyclops. I stacked the Cyclops and the sea truck, the sea moth, and hey buddy, join your people. If you can find them. He's not phased. There is no goodbye like there was last time. Hello? You might not be very friendly. Hey! He immediately came back and gave me a... Aww. I love you too. He immediately came back and gave me a ribbon plant. I guess there was a little bit of a goodbye, huh? Rain wing. And a discus fish. You guys are so silly looking. You're like a Nerf gun that's alive. Classic. Is that the shark guy? Yeah, he's out there. He's the only one of his kind around here. No, he's not. That's not true. There's a bunch of them like up there, aren't there? Yeah. Yeah, there's one right there. I was very wrong just now. Crash fish cannot fit. It'd be kind of neat if this area was like a weirdly diverse biome of neutral passive dudes just hanging out because I raised them. If it remembered them all or something. I instinctively want to spread them out a bit because last time, ow, dick. All right. Contradict me, I see. Immediately hurt me. Titan holefish. The way that they flip over is so funny. This guy. Don't try to mind control me, I'm your friend. Featherfish, triops. Look at them go. Yeah, last time I let the gas guy, the guy out, and he gassed everybody, and they died. A lot of them died. Like, oh, fuck, what have I done? I'm a monster. I'm hoping these guys will hatch while I'm fucking around and kind of wasting time right now, if I'm being completely honest. Crash fish, squid shark, squid shark, squid shark friends. But yeah, if I'm leaving, or the game is ending, or whatever, I don't want to leave a bunch of dudes in here to just die. That would be sad. Don't know what those guys are though. But although if they're the worms, then maybe fuck them. Maybe they should just die in there. Screw those guys. These guys are assholes. Crash fish. He just took off. He's out. Some squid sharks about. Look at, there's a vent garden up there. Few squid sharks around. I'm gonna release them a little further away. They're big guys. Was that one of you guys, or was that another one? It made me nervous. It made me nervous. Where is he? I think that's just those two being loud. They're cute when they're small. Then they come hunting you. That mouth is never really cute though, let's be honest. Wait. No. Get under my base. Is the crypto suck ass running around attacking everybody? Are you thriving over here, buddy? I'm definitely waiting for a new thing discovered notification. Still hasn't hatched. Maybe they won't. Oh well. How my beacon's going? Disable snow fox. New sea monkey can stay as they're like a reference point. Turn off Phi. Turn off Bowser time. We don't need to know where he is. Nope. It's just Daddy and Sea Monkey. The last waypoints. Let's go make some salad. Sorry, it's always funny every time. I'm a child. That's 4 and 4. 4 more salads. That's my comfort. That's like my comfortable number to craft at a time for some reason. Something's making noises right outside. Who do I regret letting go? Is it the jellyfish? Lurking? What sounds like that? He's just down there. I'm not sure what sounds like that. There's enough things around that it's hard to be sure entirely. There's... yeah, it's the... seahorse guys up there. Probably put my armor back on. Hope they're attacking each other. The crypto is attacking the the thingy thing. Oh shit, how much stuff did I leave here? S. I forgot to take stuff out of here. I knew I was in trouble because my rebreather wasn't on me. There we go. You can put my snowsuit away. At least I think it's better to wear all that armored stuff than not. It's an interesting sound to hear, isn't it? One of the things I let go just sounds really peculiar all the time. Oh yeah, here's just a pile of interesting things. Okay, let's leave all the food in here. Free up my inventory a bit. S. They're going at each other. Oh, he killed him. No, or did he? No, he just kind of flipped over weird. Huh. Put one of you guys away. I'm out of space. So I need that guy, right? Yeah. Alan, you go there. And the batteries go in here. And the cubes? There's already a cube there. We must amass our final collection. What even is that? That's magnetite. And we have excess titanium that I just don't want to process right now, so I'm just gonna not do that. Long term doesn't matter. So we'll throw that away for now. Got my excess copper. Okay. So my inventory is down to just a couple of healing items. Probably too many batteries. Let's grab my ion cells back. Ion battery in you. That's the repair tool. I still can't tell them apart very well. Ion battery in you. We have an excess of rando extra batteries. Probably don't need that many. To be honest, I'll keep 4 on hand in case I need to craft something or who knows what comes up. I should probably bring the fabricator module with me just in case I have to craft something down there. Because if I don't, and I do, then I have to come all the way back. It'd be really funny if I'm just completely dead wrong about this entire situation, also. Just keeping that possibility open. I'm aware that that could be a thing. Okay, so let's grab all the Allen chunks and then double check to see if I'm missing any. Okay, so I need 2 gel sacks and 2 pustules. Okay. That is every single thing that I need. Are there any repeats? The roll doesn't repeat, the pustule doesn't repeat, gel sack doesn't repeat, ribbon doesn't repeat, ion doesn't repeat, kyanite doesn't repeat, diamond, green, placed. Okay, they're all unique items. There's no overlap between the 3 items. Because usually if you have multiple recipes pinned, you have to worry about whether or not they both need titanium, for example. Because then the titanium you brought will be used up by one of them. Alright, so I should pick which things to take with me now. Off the planet. This is my sister's. That's my sister's. These are my sister's. I'm sorry, mustache guy, but you're just not that sentimentally important. This guy's adorable and has to be brought with us or else. That, I think, is the same schematic as the other one. Motivational bullshit doesn't matter. This was just a pretty picture that always is glitching out for some reason. Same with that one. Fuck you. This is pretty awesome. Just gonna be awesome. Just gonna be honest about that. And that looks like the cure. That's just a photo of the place. Why not? Bring some of those things along, huh? I think I'm ready. I brought a lot of food. I have keepsakes. We're role-playing a bit there, I guess. Oh. They hatched. What are they? Trivalve blue? The trivalve is a brightly colored creature with a flexible exoskeleton covering most of its body. It is a naturally inquisitive creature capable of bonding with a human companion. They have the mental capacity to learn simple commands and can learn tricks. Oops, trivalves also have unique capacity to demonstrate emotion. Whether this is a form of advanced mimicry or an actual demonstration of feeling is unknown. Oh my god, it is the sea monkey. Or not the sea monkey, the other thing? The other thing that wasn't a sea monkey? That was like your friend?
We also keep various creatures as pets.
Really? How does a species that uses the genes and bodies of other creatures view pets?
They are curiosities that bring some sense of presence and energy. They are also test subjects to be evaluated for potential genetic enhancements.
That's not a pet, Alan. That's a data point. Like you said, it's literally a test subject.
You do not think they can be both?
There's a distinction. Pets are something that you care for simply for the pleasure of doing so.
Would humans consider me to be your pet?
No, I said pleasure, Alan. This is more like a job.
Where I come from, you might be a pet.
I find that thoroughly disturbing.
Well, enjoy it, buddy. Why were the bivalves in the glacier? Is it just to be a secret that's hard to find? Hi. Hey. Oh, look at him. Why are you called a bivalve? Bivalves are like clams, aren't they? They're the symmetrical kind. And that's another word for the ones that aren't symmetrical or something, I think. I don't know, I haven't studied paleontology for a while. Or whatever. Hey. You do a little flippy? You just poke him on the eyeball? I don't do that. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to tell you to leave me. He didn't react. Command to follow. Hey, you get played with twice. You got in just in time for me to not miss out on you completely, huh? Oh, command to follow. No, command to stop follow. Okay. Well, try to stay alive or whatever. Have a nice life. Let's stock up my ship with the essentials and keepsakes. It's already got all my food on it. Where is my fabricator module? Did I make one? Yeah, I remember making one. That's not a good sound. So there's all my keepsakey type items. I think. Got all my crafting materials needed in my inventory. Live on, y'all. And whatnot. One last refill. This is a lot of finality. I'm just laying on thick. Wow, we're half an hour into my prep process, basically. My bad. Stop hunting that shark. Your brother's kind of... It's gonna be really fucking funny if I'm completely wrong about the structure of this game. It's weird, though. She has no plans about where to go next with the story. Like, that's weird. Fabricator module. Does it come off, or does it stay with the rest of them? It has to be detached. That'd be, yeah, bringing this. Bye, y'all. I don't think I'm gonna take all you with me. That's just an excess of shit to bring with me, frankly. Fabricator has its own special uses. There we go. And then... drop you down. Come on, Daddy. We pilot you into place. Hello. Ah, it doesn't all fit, does it? That's the only storage. Yep. Kinda just thought it'd be nice to jam it all into one place. And keep my inventory free in case I need it. There you go. That's what it takes to be a person. Take notes, Elric brothers. I've distilled a livingness into one body. Look at me go. That's my keepsakes, and there's my food. Alright. Next up, stress. There we go. Just cut the recording and saved real quick. And away we know. I remembered a thing I should do. Always plan ahead. Just in case. You know what? Plan ahead harder. There we go. Beacons. Just some actual goddamn ways of knowing where the hell I am or how to get back. Especially if I have to get back. Oh god. Like, I want to put one of them in the transition from the crystals to the other redder crystals, for example. That'll be important. Alright, so you've got... Yeah, you guys both have those type of batteries in. Am I fully repaired? I am now. And so prepareth we to go yonder to that pale light of death on the horizon of life and whatnot. I don't know any poetry or plays memorized. I just said words that sounded vaguely like what a worms would say. I just referred to a singular of the worms from Worms as a worms. So enjoy that. Enjoy your planet, Margaret. You're finally alone. Just like you always wanted to be, apparently. You and your dog. He's a good boy. You've got 2 bases. You got a summer home. And you take your dog with you. She's right here, isn't she? Yeah. I should try to say goodbye. If that's even an option, or if there's any follow-up dialogue. Wait, what I think is going to happen is I think Alan's going to go home. And that might be the last we see of our character, too. But she said you should go see like what's left of them. There's nothing here, but you should go to your home planet. You know how, right? And he's like, I do know how. And oh, I thought that was floating in the air. So I think he's gonna go home, and I'm probably gonna go with him. That's why there's a weird lack of planning on what to do next on my part. He's cute. Look at him go. You guys better patch in petting the dog. I'm just saying. It's a mandatory feature. You can't just... This game's in early access until they patch in petting the dog. That's just the truth. Yep, Margaret's just ignoring me. All the way to the end. She got what she wanted. Quiet. And whenever I come back, I threaten to take that away from her again. Here's hoping I can find where that was again. Alright, we're gonna be brave. Let's be brave. I've gotten away so far without that much damage. They have like a clampy, grabby attack. And they're really big and scary. But we've done it now. We've been beyond this ledge of scary scare. And have seen how bad it can be. He comes from like that direction. Oh god, he's coming. I just barely saw the glimmer of the claws or whatever. Okay. Yeah, I wish I had a beacon last time. It would have been nice to mark the entrance to the red place. Which is definitely had to get deeper. But I have a long history of not carrying beacons with me. Even though I said out loud how I should have a beacon with me all the time. Just every time. But I think it was like near the chamber. I think I passed through the chamber that had what I needed to find. And then past that was red. I think. Where's the big bad? There's the big bad. That's the deep. Don't notice me. I think past the deep was the red. I think. I lost him. They're definitely faster than me. At least at my normal moving speed. They might be faster than me with the afterburner going. Oh fuck, that's him. Oh fuck, that's him. He turned around or something. I'm not totally sure if he's chasing me or not right now. I'm just gonna keep going until I get a surprise. Here we are. Hey! Funny how I have a better memory of how to get here. After being so lost in some of these other zones for so long, this is the area where I'm just like, oh yeah, I know exactly where I'm going. It did kind of get burned into my brain while I was going. I'll just call it the transition, I guess. 838 meters below New Sea Monkey, which we just left. That's how quickly you move, I guess, in this game. I'm almost 1,000 away from, I'm almost a kilometer away from where I started, like, 5 minutes ago. And there's the purple-red transition. And here is new. Do they have a new Leviathan for me? Ooh, it's cool looking in here. Not lava-y like expected. It was lava last time when I got really deep. Oh, I'm not super deep. I've been deeper than this before. Yeah. I was deeper when we... What's that? I was deeper when we were dealing with the deep part of the blue crystal area. If you know what I mean. Where I found the body, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to think and also be concerned about my surroundings the entire time. They don't get those signals don't get along very well sometimes. Are you guys scannable? The Eclipse plant. Ah, I missed the prompt. I wanted to open it, but I also wanted to be in my vehicle. These are conflicting data. I want to read whatever I find from here on out, at least, even if I'm not going to get through my backlog. Oh, architect tissue. A leather-like tissue sample of alien origin. DNA makers indicate a complex mixture synthesized from over 20 different sources. The tissue sample incorporates advanced biocomposites resulting in unique mechanical properties. Compression. Extremely high compressive strength against external forces, and may indicate adaptation to extreme environments. Impact. High resistance to damage from high energy impacts. Elasticity. Low modulus of elasticity allows tissue to conform and stretch in response to body locomotion. I should have expected a corpse. The three things we wanted to make are a skeleton, organs, and tissues. I found the preserved organs in that one weird coffin. Skeleton was a skeleton. Tissues would have to be preserved, so it makes sense that I had to find it in an ice area, because it had to be frozen. Be preserved. That was its best chance, at least. The eclipse plant. This distinctive vibrant plant is often found growing out of a green crystal outcropping that appears similar to jade. They're spooky looking, ain't they? Okay, so there's a lot of life in here. There's actually like a ton of fish down here, seeing these clouds of them everywhere. I wonder if there's gonna be something down here that feeds on schools of fish. A whale? Maybe not hostile, even? Last game ended with something friendly. If you want to call that part the ending. The cure. Well, it's really crowded in here. Probably can't get attacked by the big bat. Oh, I hear something. But yeah, the clouds of bright fish are going to make it harder to spot. The mouth mandible claw things that I see on the big bad. I can see those from much further away than I can the rest of him.
Presence of a substantial facility in the area. Unable to identify.
I think I saw it over there. What are your sensors bad now or something? You don't really give me a goal anymore, do you? Fuck, there he is. Fuck, here he comes. Fuck! Oh god. Stay back. I think it only works if he grabs me. Okay, the hiding spot worked. Did you just go through a wall? I think he just went through the wall. It's terrifying. Oh fuck. Leave, 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 leave. Good thing I got batteries for days. It's rough that I don't know where to go. Because he doesn't know where to go. He never knows where to go anymore. He definitely got stuck inside the wall and that freaked me out. Because he could have come out on my side or something. It looks like I can only shock him if he grabs me. Which sucks. That means there's no sweet spot of getting away with it. You have to get grabbed. And then react to the grab. When obviously that's not what you want. Oh, that's the facility. What? Stop it. Just killed something. That's a facility. Is there a way in? Maybe he can stop noticing me while I'm looking for it? That was like a window. Oh shit, there he is again. Go! Stop it. Jesus Christ. God, the way you jerk to him. Like he has to perfectly grab the front of your ship somehow, which doesn't even make sense. Can I go through this or not? It looks like a window. I'm afraid to get out to test it myself, is the problem. Because there's a thing trying to eat me here, and it's big. But where else would I go? I think I'm just gonna have to hop out and test it really quickly when he's not near me. Hope for the best. My vehicle's kind of in danger of being destroyed. Get nestled in here where it'd be hard to grab me. I think I have to grab all my shit. I don't know if I'll have the chance to deal with it. Okay, here's all the big stuff. Personals. That's exactly one inventory of spots. Okay. That's a little silly. God, down here I'm afraid to even hop out to repair this thing. That window-looking thing is all I can find. Where is it? Where was I? Shit. Oh, there it is. It's not a window.
Once you have used the fabricator to build each component, we can
Stay safe, Daddy.
And then we can transfer you out of my head?
I am anticipating it as much as you are.
Okay, we're here. Hey, buddy. You're not gonna betray me, are you? Be really rude of you.
So, Alan, you said your people came here in search of a cure?
I was a researcher.
You were a scientist? Like me?
My people regarded my scientific contributions with particular interest.
As I said, like me.
If that is your interpretation.
So, how did your valuable scientific mind wind up infected?
Not my mind, my body. Perhaps you should build the next component. The process requires you to build each component before you can assemble the whole.
There's an appearance.
So you came here to search for a cure?
I led the mission.
Does that mean the bacteria got out on your watch?
This subject is uncomfortable. If you would like to know more, I will ask that you first construct the final component.
The subject is uncomfortable. Was it you? Did you kill everyone? Did you let the disease out? Did you create the disease? Was it your experiment? Did you destroy this planet and maybe, by extension, your entire species as it spread to every colony? Are you trying to go home out of guilt? There's the skeleton. The tissues, I guess? So this is, I think, the organs? Yeah.
This is the last piece. Soon I will be autonomous again.
What will you do with your newfound freedom?
I must return home to make amends.
Amends? For the bacterium? There seems to be a lot you're not telling me.
It is hard for me to find the words. I must collect my thoughts. We have all the necessary components. You may initiate body fabrication sequence from the terminal.
You still owe me an explanation.
I understand.
Commence installation in fabrication.
The escape of the bacteria was an accident. I thought my solution was foolproof. one.
Did you cause the accident?
Yes.
Oh,
I do not wish to speak about it.
we can come back to this.
He's a centaur.
What are you doing?
Research. Tit for tat. You've probed my mind. I scan your body.
The architect body. Does he have floating arms around him too? A robo-centaur AI. The complete physical architect vessel is a biotechnology and cybernetic hybrid, incorporating design elements from more than 20 DNA sources. Skin. The outer layer of tissue has the consistency of leather. The tissue is interlaced with channels of visibly glowing energy, powered by the alien's internal biotechnological heart. Robotic arms. Alan has 6 articulated arms that are suspended around his body with magnetic levitation. These arms contain independent high-speed computing systems and are capable of performing tasks independently. Limbs. The organic arms are considered secondary to the inorganic robotic arms. These are used for mundane tasks that don't require much fine motor movement. The bottom half of the arm is covered in a biocomposite plating. The plating might serve as a form of armor. It also appears to store latent energy buildups like capacitors. Mobility. The hooved legs are reminiscent of several species of mountain goats. The hooves are covered in microscopic hooks that aid in exploring rough and uneven terrain. The forelegs and the hind legs are oddly close together, which explains why walking might be a secondary mode of movement for this architect form. Teleportation. This architect body is able to teleport or blink short distances. This method is likely a scaled-down version of the teleportation gates, but the methodology is not well understood. It is likely that the architect's body is able to provide the massive amount of power necessary for this function. That's also a good way to get around pathing in your game when you have to make a land character that has to interact and do story stuff. Matching DNA fragments appeared to be derived from the following sources. Chromium boar from Cartwhale Prime, an invasive species known for their extremely tough skin, which makes them hard to eradicate. Putty serpent of Arposticar. The serpent has extremely tensile skin, preventing it from tearing, and allows it to compress itself into small spaces. Electrode eel from Light Lithton generates an electrically charged slime across its length. Astral rays. Moons of Mardon 14. These rays have small organs that generate this and store electricity. Shaggy goats of Olympian. These herbivorous creatures live on the rocky foothills of the mountain planet Olympian and are excellent climbers. Giant geckos of Holt's asteroid. Massive geckos that emit an electrostatic charge on its foot pads. This creates a charge difference in the surface the gecko is climbing. The markers of at least a dozen other biological species are present but unrecognized at this time, so ones we haven't encountered yet. So we did encounter some of the same space. The human empire or whatever is following some of the architect space and probably has encountered a bunch of its technology in the past too. But we've reintroduced one now. I'm surprised they need so much biological stuff, considering they're so artificial, too. Seems like the adaptations are easier to have if you just make them artificially, right? How far down are we? So I'm 1465 away from New Sea Monkey. 644 away from the purple-red transition. Daddy. I'm free of my strings, which are waypoints. Have myself a spicy. And, yeah. All I've got is memorandum type things in the inventory. Do you like use them in your inventory or something? Yeah, you gotta stab them down. That's very stupid. If I ever need to get back here. The Centaur Sanctuary. Alright, Alan, what happens next?
Commencing data transfer.
Did it work? Are we...
It has been some time since I last stretched out in so many dimensions. Like waking from a dream.
Whoa. Hey. You're really not in my head anymore?
There are some remnants. Would you like your memories of me removed as well?
Are you kidding? No way. You still owe me the end of your story.
I told you I must return home. To assess. Repair. Make amends.
Tell me more.
When the bacteria escaped, it was my fault. I disobeyed the directive from my network.
Oh no.
Whoa.
We noticed that a species of Leviathan young produced an enzyme that is efficient against the bacteria. I thought if we incubated sea dragon eggs, we might expedite their hatching. I was not wrong.
But...
It would appear that sea dragon parents are stronger and more motivated than our facility was rated to handle.
And the bacteria got out, infecting everything. How many survived the outbreak back home? Are they still waiting for someone to bring back a cure?
I do not know.
Can I help?
The fact that I withheld this information does not concern you.
It was certainly manipulative. And I've also made my own share of mistakes. I'm still committed to helping.
I accept your help. Find me at the gate when you are ready. In the meantime, I must prepare.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Oh. Well, this is awkward. I was so ready for it to be over. I was like, I'm really smart. I figured out what's gonna happen here. Now we're going back. I have to get past them all again. Well, we're used to it at this point, aren't we? Camp Sea Monkey, purple red transition. New Sea Monkey, that was the wrong one. Centaur Sanctuary. Not near each other. Very far away, but probably still closer to the surface. You're pretty fucking cool looking, aren't you? Even if you even your body mostly just sits there, honestly, and these arms do everything, I guess. With the tail thing. It seems like their body is more organic than expected, honestly.
Please, I will join you in the gate base when everything is ready, but for now I have much to prepare.
I should have expected that they'd be more primed to like give you a farewell period. I should have expected that. Alright, we gotta get in there before something bad happens. Trying to go to that red now. Like that little trick I pulled. I picked up on the fact that if you... Oh, here he is. I picked up on the fact that if you, Oh. No. No! Fuck, I'm actually in danger right now. Damage-wise. Shit. Gotta get back up there. The good news is I didn't see another one. Okay, so once I'm in this really crowded area, I might be safe from being attacked. And I might want to take that chance to repair. I'm at like half health, which is really fucking bad, actually. Because if this thing gets destroyed, what the fuck do I do about that? But yeah, there's a trick I picked up on over time, which is that if the sea truck is in a configuration, is an orientation where you couldn't really stand in it, then it just doesn't bother doing the whole part where you do this part, where you stand around and walk around in it like the Cyclops. You just teleport in and out of it immediately, and like when you board it, you'll be immediately piloting it again. That's their way of getting around the fact that you can tilt it in really fucked up directions and then get out. This is not great. Am I... Oh, that's the okay. I thought I was above the transition for a second there. I'm like, what the fuck? How did I get there? That's still surprisingly far away, isn't it? I'm inclined to think that this zone is kind of big, actually. The red area. I just don't have much reason to explore it. Just like the lava volcano area last time. It's like, oh, look at this big fuck up crazy place. Anyway, fucking bye. I'm out. This place is super dangerous. Might be part of the reason why I don't remember sea dragons being very dangerous. Because among other things, I just got the fuck out of there pretty quickly. I was not interested in hanging out with them. Ah! God damn, I hate that. I'm getting a little used to it. To some extent, the Chelicerate is scarier because it looks more like a sea creature, at least. Because that thing just looks fucking weird. And I got some exposure therapy with that guy attacking me over and over again. I definitely wonder, like, if they did remove the stasis rival because it was too powerful at nullifying the threat of various leviathans, then this defense thing also seems kind of too powerful as well. But at the same time, the way that the AI works with the leviathans, they seem to just see you no matter what. There was even times where I was standing completely still and they would just like zero in on me immediately. So there is no like sit still trick like from the Cyclops, as far as I can tell. You'll just get periodically attacked by leviathans just for existing in the space around them. Here it comes. Ah! God damn it. I don't know. I definitely see this area as a missed opportunity. Kind of like the sea truck kind of feels like a missed opportunity sometimes. I think some people are like, you're crazy, it's actually amazing, but like even when they talk about that, it seems like most commenters are just indicating that the sea truck's more useful than the prawn suit. but being useful, in part because of its overpowered lightning explosion, is not necessarily the same thing as being a realized opportunity. Like, the modularity and all that, it's like really interesting, and that stuff doesn't really... It just doesn't amount... It's like, it's less than the sum of its parts in a certain way. That's kind of disappointing, and that's a bummer. Ooh. I'll try to access it from the surface, but I might already be going too high. I'm not sure. We'll just try to figure out where it is. Is it a phase gate I've been to before? Yeah, a little awkward to be coming back, though, after planning my goodbyes. Like, chunks of the sea truck have limited usefulness. And I think most players will probably only use a few of its compartments at once, especially since it being really long and slow seems like a huge hindrance. And down there, which is like the primary place you'd go on a big expedition, the really extended deep sea expeditions aren't necessarily as much of a thing in this game either as they were last game, due to its reduced scale, which limits how much you can do with this guy too. Where is he? I swear, I always think it's time for a Chelicerate, and it's those guys, and they're hard to tell apart sound-wise, or I always forget what the Chelicerate sounds like. But yeah, I definitely could see that like they made a good level for that Leviathan. There's a lot of hiding spots you could hide in. Like the prawn suit would probably be really interesting if the AI didn't cheat. But it's frustrating that it's just you guys again. It's just frustrating the fact that it instantly spots you in every single time whenever it's kind of nearby. So you can't hide in those crevices as a stealth mechanic, and that's what would be nice. A creepy cat and mouse game of stealthing around that guy would be pretty cool. And so I kind of wish that they'd gone there. I guess the game has 4 Leviathans, not counting the frozen one. I think that, yeah. I was a little surprised because they're small. Oh, yeah, they're also counting glow whales and vent gardens, I suppose. Oh wait. Oh. Carnivores. No, yeah. Wait, no, it does say Leviathan class. That's what I thought. Weird. It seems small, so I kind of thought maybe it wasn't a Leviathan, but they do count the squid shark as a Leviathan, but they also didn't put it in the Leviathan menu, which is confusing. Counting the vent garden and the glow whales a little, I think when people say Leviathan, they usually mean the attacking ones, but yeah, like, so I guess there was like 4, right? There was the deep ones, the Chelicerate, the squid shark, and the ice worm. And the ice worm's in a very specific place. And the squid shark feels small? And not especially aggressive, surprisingly. So it does put the game in a strange space, content-wise, where there's like... There's the big Leviathan on the surface, and the big Leviathan that's under the surface. And that's like... That's all the Leviathans, more or less, and how they're spaced. Which is a little weird. Will this take me to 0? It looks like I'm going to Camp 0. Yeah, I believe this is the cave. Yep. Hello. Didn't know I was coming here, but hello. Might as well bring it all. Once I run out of these, I'll never get to have one of these ever again. So enjoy them while you can. Hope you like your spicy fruit salads, because you're going to miss them once you've realized that you'll never have one again. And that'll be sad. We're back. Yeah, I imagine there's other players that came up here way faster than I did. It's just like right there. There's nothing stopping you from getting here like at the beginning of the game. It's really accessible from the starting zone. You could even just accidentally stumble here really quickly. This place in particular. But both of them really, they're just there. But instead they were like my final quarter of the game, and admittedly, kind of a downgrade. It's funny because people always complain about water levels. So leave it to the water game to have a land level that's kind of like a downgrade from the water stuff. But you can tell they were experimenting. They're a really experimental company. It's really interesting listening to them do like GDC talks about their developing process and how many things that seem essential to the franchise that just weren't in the original game at first. They were a response to player behavior patterns and so on. And the game is a living desire path, essentially. At least the first one was. That's just a really interesting way to develop a game. Do 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 do. I'm back, or I'm here. What's going to happen, Alan?
Are you preparing to leave, Alan?
Yes. There is much to do.
Okay, he leaves a trail. I thought he did something really weird. They said that he blinks, which is teleporting. I think they said teleport. But at first I thought he just moved really fast. I'm like, that's really weird. But now I see that it's a trail. Alright, I'm gonna pause and save real quick just in case the ending crashes the game, because games have done that to me. There we go.
Do you still wish to leave with me? Beyond this teleporter, there is no turning back.
Are you kidding? I can't pass up a chance to see where architects come from. Besides, I don't have another ride.
I do not know what we will find there. The others may be sick or angry, if they live at all.
Or you could find peace. Family.
I hope you are right. Please complete any business you still have on this planet. Join me on the other side when you are ready to leave.
There's a really good graphic novel called Softies, and I'm thinking of that right now. The main character is the final survivor when Earth is destroyed, and they don't seem to care about it. They're just there for an adventure and having a wacky time, and they're such a plucky little individual. And the weight kind of comes, it keeps threatening to come crashing down from time to time, because they're clearly just hiding from the trauma of the experience by just adventuring forever. Kind of like going on a Doctor Who adventure instead of facing your real life problems. Her sister's dead and does deep problems to process right now. And I can't help but think this might be an unhealthy choice that she's making that could have serious ramifications for her life, so that she can push off dealing with those emotions for a little longer. Oh well. Do we get to see anything, or are they just gonna roll credits? Oh, it's something. Oh, what happened to them? That doesn't seem like a good sign. Wait, no, we're still on the same planet, aren't we?
Robin, you're just in time. The phase gate is opening.
You've been hiding a phase gate here this whole time.
Only for the last millennium. It will lead us home.
No wonder you hid yourself from Alterra.
It was imperative to keep the homeworld safe, in hopes that the others survived.
Yeah.
That's what you hid from that lady that was gonna find it.
Will you help me prepare the ship? The energy masts must be moved into place.
Well, this is different.
I've been donated to walls. Look at him go! Just takes off. I've got psychic arms. Do we have to... Ooh, kind of float for a bit, don't I? Yeah, we're still on the same planet. That's how you leave the planet, I guess. So he's had an exit this whole time. I don't know what the energy mass are, though. Are they down here? Am I floating? I'm floating, aren't I? So can humans use this technology, or is it because you were inside me for so long? Oh, those are what we're talking about. Please don't kill yourself. I worked hard for you to not do that. Don't worry, that was on purpose. Ha 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 ha. I almost died. That would have been a really tragic. I think he would have felt something.
Oh no. Whoa.
He's like, those are just ornamental. I was just keeping you busy.
Very good. Return to me and I will initiate ship assembly.
Warning, emergency power only. I think that was my base giving me the message across the whole world again.
Thank you. The masts are in place. The energy field is ready. There is no time to lose.
The betrayal never came, huh? I mean, it still can, I guess, but he's... They seem committed to him being pretty chill, actually.
Join me, Robin.
That's a very particular style of ship. It looks like he just kind of stands in there. It's just a kind of cube. I don't think I've quite seen a ship that looks like this before. Oh! Not heavy enough.
Apologize. The levitator was calibrated for heavier bodies. I would have helped you to your feet, but as you can see, I have been fully integrated with the ship.
That's why you're hanging from a meat hook?
Is this permanent?
Nothing is permanent. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, you could say that. Ready to leave the past behind.
Good. Please brace yourself, and then we will depart.
All of his legs are all close together because of this pose. He looks strange all over again, despite kind of getting used to what he looked like. Wow. Are we gonna see where it goes? Or are they gonna cut to credits?
Launching in 3, 2, 1.
will we find when we get there?
If I am the last of my kind, I will experience the sorrow of 10,000 souls dimming.
And if they survived?
With you, I am ready to face whatever awaits.
Yep, I kind of thought it might end on concept art, and it did. We got a view, a glimpse of this planet, but no answers. Hello, shockingly smallest of people. That's always worth remembering. Whew. That's a neat ending. Visually it was neat. A few too many, like, oh my god, like, sort of like jump scary type, not actually jumps, not scary moments, but like those kind of like thrilling, like, whoa, it's in 3D kind of like stuff coming at the screen moments that's just like, okay, that's a bit much, man. Oh, scary meteor, like they're trying to make it thrilling or tense, and it's like, nah, it's just, we're just in space. This guy's he's gonna make it there fine, don't worry about it. But overall, it's cool to see them taking risks and trying different things with like the space, I was want to call it a space truck, the sea truck, the ice environments and so on, and I guess the storytelling. Overall, I think a decent number of them are kind of downgrades. Oh yeah, Kimberly Brooks. Oh yeah, right. The main character is played by the same. It's the same actress that plays Ashley Williams in Mass Effect. One of my favorite games ever. She actually sounded the same too, basically. Definitely a risky move getting rid of the Cyclops, because it's just such a special vehicle. But you can tell from the way they designed it, like a lot of the deeper areas, you just couldn't really use that. You couldn't really use the Cyclops down there. There's no space. They're much more crowded areas a lot of the time. But the Cyclops was a pretty freaking cool vehicle. The base building is definitely just like the same stuff, but expanded and improved, so that's just straight up an upgrade. The storytelling I liked. Like, I did like having personal stakes, being an individual with a personality and goals and so on, besides just the template of, you are survival protagonist, you are on planet, get off without dying now. Because you could practically be like, oh yeah, the protagonist of Satisfactory and Factorio and Subnautica are all the same person. He just did all of them in a row. Like, for all you know, it's just the same guy going all those places. Like, it's not like he has a personality to set them all apart. I guess one detail would be the fact that, as far as I can tell, the protagonist of Satisfactory is a woman. So I guess that would contradict that a little bit. And the guy from the first Subnautica was a dude. But yeah, he didn't have a voice, he didn't have a personality, which, I don't know. If you're gonna have a narrative that is a linear narrative, I think it's fine to have a scripted character to interact with that narrative, and even better if they have personal stakes with that narrative. So instead of just discovering a bunch of random people, you get to discover what happened with your sister. I was shocked that there wasn't a state change in the world. That felt like another missed opportunity, to the point where it felt like they were trying to implement it in the game and then it didn't happen. I don't know. There was a special kind of blue ice that really stood out to me. as something that was going to happen. I kind of thought that I was going to cure the frozen Leviathan, and then it was going to wake up and maybe even like have an effect on the local climate in a weird way, which seems a little ridiculous, but it's a fun idea to process. There was a bunch of weird blue pieces of ice everywhere that looked like they might go away and open up passages to places in a Metroidvania kind of way over time, but also there was like a big vertical sheet of it in one place that I never really went back to, so but I'm pretty sure I saw it. It was a huge vertical sheet of blue ice, and I'm like, that's like a wall that goes away. I was making a note of that immediately. I'm like, I think that's a wall that's going to go away and unlock a whole new area or something. So when my brain goes there and then it doesn't happen, it's hard not to be like, oh, well, that's kind of a bummer though, isn't it? Because that was a fun idea to think about, and then it didn't do that thing. But that's fine. Stuff doesn't have to always just do exactly what comes to mind. But it's hard not to mourn when you have a really cool idea and then it doesn't necessarily go anywhere. Definitely would like to see in a sequel them returning to and retaining having interesting interactions with the different monsters. The sandworm was the ice worm was kind of janky and kind of annoying, but at least I had a rule set. Like, it's affected by too much noise in a tremors kind of way, so there's like ways to interact with it or not interact with it, and that affects things. And like, I don't necessarily know if I knew all the ins and outs of the Leviathans in the first game, but having a quiet mode in the Cyclops and like a stealth mode and so on, and having them react differently to when you're moving or not moving, and having a sound radius in the Cyclops that's like shown by a little map, combined with the pinging of the radar of nearby Leviathans on the Cyclops radar, that just all combined in a really tense way of like me having a rule set to interact with to deal with the guys. So losing that and having it just be, oh, they come and attack, at the time I think people criticized that system for being too simplistic or something, and like I could see the argument there. But now the Leviathans just kind of chase you, and if you're in the prawn suit, you might get a jab in, or you might just get bit, and then they kind of retreat for a moment and then attack you again, because they try to make it fair, so they only attack you like once every now and then. There's like a gap. Or if you're in the sea truck, you just zap them, and that stops them. And that being a catch-all seems like a bit much, doesn't it? To just be able to zap them like that all the time. So not the best choices there ever necessarily, especially since you don't have to work for the sea truck zapper. You don't even have to make it, which is a little strange. It's just sitting there. Like, Margaret just gives it to you when you meet her, which you can meet her pretty quickly at her first base. I think that's where it was. Because they could have made it a reward that required you to get past Leviathans to get. Like, if you could only craft it out of a resource that you needed to get past the Leviathans to get, then suddenly it's like, oh, well, now it's a reward for having accomplished that. Now you can kind of fight the Leviathans because you've already like dealt with them before. So it's kind of like a don't have to fight them, don't have to redo what you did before kind of situation, and you get a little bit of a power arc out of it that's satisfying. Like, it definitely could have a place in the game. I just think that maybe giving it to you so early might be a little too early in the game. Like, I technically saw a Chelicerates, but overall I would say I think I had the Zapper before I ever met a Chelicerates, let alone the guys that are deeper down, the weird bug-like serpent things. But this is me listing a bunch of negatives, and that I don't necessarily want that to be the tone. Because obviously, in case you somehow couldn't tell, I was having a good time the whole time, and I just wanted to play it more. There's something really comfy about Subnautica as a series, and I just like being in it. Just kind of the snappy resource gathering, just the visuals are just all over the place, like the weird creature designs and the weird things like the stuff you're crafting, the fact that you like you get your little vehicles that are your babies, and you get to upgrade them and tinker with them and change their color, their paint job, and then you customize your base and you lay it out how you want to, and so on. There's just really good gameplay loops in these games. I just would want the through line of like the difficulty curve and like the challenge, what relatively little there is, because it's not really it's not a combat series. Well, like the Leviathans are essentially not just the emotional threat, but the challenge, and having them be more of a threat and more of a challenge would be interesting, because it's that's just where the gameplay do and be. But overall, yeah, I'm mixed. I guess there's changes I liked and changes I didn't like, and changes that I almost suspect were meant to happen. Like I really am curious if they ever wanted to have the ice melt in this game. Like, it looks so video gamey and strange, and I can just imagine like an entire area. Like, what if an entire glacier like collapsed or melted the way that like the ice sheets do? Like, oh man, I'm thinking about like how massive waves happen when an entire ice like shelf or whatever it's called falls off of like the land mass in a like Antarctica or Greenland or something like that, and how you can get like the ice falling into the ocean displaces so much water that a tide, like a huge like a tsunami essentially happens. And like, what if that devastated Margaret's base? What if it reorganized all of the glaciers and ice that are in the environment, and then it's also the glacier collapsing opened up an entire path in that direction potentially? That's me setting aside the ice, the melting idea. I don't know. I was just kind of curious what they would do with the ice. But the main takeaway was it made it so that the entire surface was a place where you died over time in a different way than you do die over time in all the other places. A relatively intuitive inversion of the oxygen mechanic was turning it. The heat mechanic is almost the same as oxygen mechanically, but different. Straight up to like how you get better clothes the same way you get better tanks, so it makes the meter last longer, and it's always going down no matter what, and you just have to like stand in certain places to make it not go down over time, which is true for both things, in addition to being able to refill it in your base and so on. There's similarities there. And yeah, it would have been interesting to see if the heat changed, or yeah, if that Leviathan escaped and it was like suddenly in the final area, or you had to release it in order to accomplish something. If the warp gate was behind it or something like that? You'd be like, what? How did he get up there? He must have used a teleporter that was somewhere. Or you can just teleport that far? I don't know about that. But yeah, that was Subnautica Below Zero. I had a good time, but I can also just see, I can criticize most things pretty easily, but something that's like, Subnautica has always existed in a space where I'm like, this is a good experience and I like what it is, but even in the first game, it just has like certain mechanical shortcomings that are relatively point-outable. Some of it's revealed by the weirdness of watching Ashley speedrun the first game too, where you're like, yeah, that is how the game works, huh? You really don't have to use most of the mechanics, they're kind of just there if you feel like it, and so on. Anyway, see you guys next time.